Remy, down. Good girl. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I got you. Sorry about that. Good. Sorry about that, sweetie pie. What's up, Becky? She's very skittish. I dropped something earlier and she straight up tried to take off. We got a long way to go. But she's doing good. The play sport's good. Play sport's good for us if we're skittish and scared. And the park is nice here because it's not super crowded. We could just let her just chill out. She needs to absorb environments and not necessarily interact with them and just be like, hey, you're at the park. There's lots of things going on. There's people walking around. There's dogs out. I dropped something earlier and she straight up said, see ya. But I got her tied out so she can't get away. Another thing that was very made her a little skittish is this lady's listening to, like, ladies walking by right now is listening to like a, I don't know, like a radio show or something like that, and made her full blown skittish, buddy. Like, who is that person talking to me? I cannot see them. Skittish. She's a girl. What's up, Alan, if you're in here? Hope to be contacting you soon so we can set up that little bit of chatting. I'm trying to mess with my live chat just right now so that I can figure it out. It's a process. The internet connections went out many times. Day 4 dog training, not too bad. She's very skittish, very fearful. Also a super young dog, so it's fine. But I'm not a big fan of interacting with the environment if you're already super skittish of it. Once you just see here, nothing's gonna hurt you, nothing's gonna kill you, sit here and eat some chicken, it's gonna be good. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad Kayla could make it. Thanks for calling her. I'll probably be live for like an hour or something like that, probably. We're just going to be hanging out. Some people will jump in here and ask about socialization, hopefully, and give you my opinion on this. What's up, Kayla? We're at the park. She's skittish, buddy. She'll get over it. Part of the game is just to sit here and hang out today. I purposely came at a time that's not super crowded, so you can be here whenever it's not crowded, and then be here again when it is crowded, and we can slowly build ourselves up as we get a little bit better at stuff. Right now, I just want to say, even if she was not downing on the place board, I would probably get onto her too much. I just want her to absorb the environment. There's people walking around out here. Before you jumped in, Kayla, before I went live, actually, I dropped something over here, and it put her full-blown skittish, buddy. She tried to run away. But I got her tied out over there, so she can't run away. She's very alert, though. Yep. Ultimately, that's our biggest issue, actually, is the environmentals. But you gotta remember, 5-month-old dog, she'll be fine. You can build this up. I mean, here's how we're not fine. If a random dog out here attacks us right now and we're just sitting here chilling, we're not fine. If people come running up to us and I can't control the environment very well, we're not fine. Because if she becomes skittish of somebody and tries to run away, she's going to get a correction on the leash. And most of the time for the fearful behaviors, the correction is not really the answer. So it's more about learning, absorbing, building neutrality. That's all we want. We don't want to every time you hear something that you're scared of or whatever, once you get used to these things. I don't really care that you're skittish and scared of them whenever you first get out and you never experienced it. But I do care if I keep telling you or I keep showing you these things and you just continuously scare them and you can just never get over it. She's not like this. She'll get over it. She'll get over it just fine with the help of some chicken. Focus, camera. Come on. What is this? It won't focus on the chicken. A lot of puppies have this problem, so I won't judge her too much. This might be, I don't know how many times you had her out in public. This might be like the second time ever we've been out in a public place. Lots of new stuff. Got a person running with a dog over there. I see them coming, so we'll see how she reacts to that. Of course, Kayla, if you're listening here, you should take notes of this. You got your dog out in public, and you see another dog. You should be looking, is the dog on a leash? How's the dog's posture? Does the dog seem like they're under control? This dog's pulling a little bit. You never really know. But if that dog becomes reactive to this dog, it's important that I make sure that we avoid any negative interactions with any dogs, especially until we're a little older. Good thing is she's super friendly with all dogs that she's met so far, but that doesn't mean that every other dog is. So I'm always skittish with these other dogs as well, making sure that I avoid them. I'm at least probably for the untrained dogs that I don't even know, I'm gonna be like 20 leash lengths away. I'm out of here. I don't even want to be near you. No way. Somebody comes over to you and asks you, "Hey, friendly, you should say, "No, get away from me." One, you don't know if that dog's vaccinated. You don't know that dog's temperament history. You don't know anything about that dog, and a dog fight can happen in a second. And it doesn't matter if your dog doesn't. If you don't think your dog will, it's the other dog that could be the problem. I'm telling you right now, this girl ain't gonna fight back, buddy. She's chilling. No, ma'am. No. No. See the tail popping up real high in the air? No. Good. And the hackles are raised slightly? No. No, ma'am. No. Down. Good. And that tells you right there, that dog really wasn't doing anything. You guys couldn't see because it was out of camera slightly, but you can see how stimulated she is by the dogs. Just that one dog passing. So you think if we're so stimulated we can't even stay on the board hard, then we bounce up on the board. You can see this real snappy head movements and stuff that she's doing. She's looking for this dog now. It's probably because she doesn't have much confidence. I think that's probably why her hackles raised. Even though if she would run over there, I know it would be a friendly interaction for her. She wouldn't ever try to attack any dog or anything like that. But the hackles raised and the tail real sprung. You saw that. You could go back and watch this. Her tail sprung up real high, and it was like really curved. That's one of your signs for your dog that she's very stimulated. And whenever she's in a better state of mind, then I'll start paying then. But as soon as she does something I don't like if you break the place board and you're showing like some out of control body language, I'm not going to just start praising you for that. I'm going to let you know, hey, you got to do this now. And let's just say she didn't want to listen to me. I'm going to make her do it. I'm going to give her a leash correction for not downing. We practice this so she knows. But I want my dog to see a dog and not even care. Oh, sorry, Egyptian on that one. A piece of bacon. Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Kayla, can you hear me fine? This is just on my cell phone, no Wi-Fi. So we got to just try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Want to make sure that I'm rewarding her in a calm mental state. I'm not praising her up or treating her up for being overly stimulated. As soon as she gets stimulated like that, where she popped up on the board and she like popped up on the board, her tail was super sprung up in the air and her tail was like way angled. It was like a half of a circle almost, and her hackles was raised slightly. You can go back and watch that, and she needs to get correction for that. It's not that you can't just stand up and whatever. I want the neutrality with the dogs. I don't want you to engage with any dogs in the environment. I don't know why she's not eating that treat. Why are you not eating that treat? Why not eating this one? You love those. Why would you not eat that? That's craziness. Sometimes you get dogs out like this and they can tell you a lot about how they're thinking and how their mindset is. See, if she's at the house, and I know this dog is super treat motivated, and you know this as well because it's your dog. Let's say I get her out here and she stops taking treats from me. You know, you don't want to pound, a 40-ounce coffee before you go into a job interview, because that's not good for you. You're usually, whenever your dog's just totally, the drive diminishes totally, then we know that we're in a fearful state of mind. It's like you have somebody about to break into your house. I did think of a question last night when she's at training. Should I restore it while she's in this? Yeah. You should still pay your employee. It's like if your dog training equipment is treat pouch, treats, clicker, e-collar, leash, pinch, love and affection, verbal markers, good and no. That's what you need. All of that stuff. Yep, you should still praise her up and treat her up and all that stuff. Especially because the dogs do change their behavior based off who's around. So if you I'm going to be heavy on the treats because I'm trying to make progress. As soon as you get her to the house, you should definitely be doing this. Like whenever we're camping, you should definitely be doing this. You should be walking by, hitting your dog with some treats every now and then. Feed her a portion of her meal on the place board is good too. Like feeding through training. And it's not that if you just take away the treat, she won't listen to you. She'll still listen to you, but if you want to be the best, you'll have all your dog training stuff. All the ways to communicate with your dog. a positive food marker is good for us. Good for training. Good for maintaining. Like, for example, if you show up to sessions and I give you a treat pouch on session 1 and then session 3 and your dog's cracking crazy for food and you forgot your treat pouch, it's my job to let you know. Hey, gotta have that. Your dog, you with this dog? Oh yeah, we need that. Because today it's a day of, I'm not gonna ask you to do anything. This is your 4th day of training. This is your first time out in public with me. All I'm doing is sitting here, treating you up for staying on the board and letting you just absorb the environment. You guys can see that German Shepherd's coming back around. So watch her body language cues, and if she doesn't, and she stays in a calm state of mind, and she stays in that obedient position in the down with the place board, then I'll pay that. But if she gets up and does whatever, then I'll correct her. She hasn't even seen it yet. Oh yeah, she's a good dog. We just gotta get over like a little bit of things. And let's watch this second interaction with this dog. Sees the dog right now. That dog's chilling. We should be chilling too. I'm gonna wait for the dog to pass, then I'll treat. Because we're in a calm, cool state of mind. Good. Good. And bacon. Much better the second time. Your dog just doesn't wake up in the morning and know what to do whenever they see a new dog. That's part of training that we need to do. You see we're gathering information with our smelling. She's smelling right now. Good. Good. Her head movements were still slightly frantic and kind of snappy. So that means that she's looking for the dog. Yeah, she did good that time. I agree. Yeah, much better. First time it was a bounce up in the air, hackles up, tail was a half circle. This just means stimulated by your dog. Or a little bit like, hey, she's actually super fearful. So sometimes these fearful dogs, they'll be like, hey, don't you know how tough I am? Just like, and they'll start barking and acting freaking crazy because they're actually skittish and scared. They're actually not a tough guy. Most of the time, whenever your dog is raising hell, barking at another dog, as soon as they see them and it's just impulsive, it's because they're skittish of other dogs. They're scared of other dogs. So they're trying to put on a big show of like, hey, don't you come here mess with me? Don't you know how tough I am? It's like that guy at the gas station that like jumps line or something. And, you know, that's not a good example. It's like the guy that starts a fight at like a park like this, and then somebody else that, you know, gets up there and is about to be about it, and he's like, oh, nope, never mind, man, I was just kidding, let's just simmer down now. As soon as it's about go time, they'll run away. And your dog would do this. If that dog actually came over here wanting to get into some trouble, your dog would not do anything about it, I don't think. She's very social, so we want to keep this anyways. So say if I'm just sitting here and some random ass dog just comes over to me, I'm gonna try to run that dog off. Gotta be careful raising the temperature of the room, but you either it's like whenever, you know, let's say you get charged by an off-leash dog, you're just walking around one day because your dog's gonna be nicely on the leash. You can just take your dog wherever you like. You're walking one day and you see a random ass dog off the leash coming right at you. Let's say they're like 100 yards away. I'm gonna, in a perfect world, you have 2 leashes on you. That's not reality. But the first thing I can do is I gotta make a decision. Am I gonna raise the temperature of the room, or am I going to try to let this interaction occur if a random dog is just charging me? If I have my leash available and say the dog's off leash and say we're in a place where we can both be off leash and that dog rushes my dog, I'm definitely going to use my leash as a weapon if I have to. But the first thing I can do is yell at that dog and say, hey, get away from me, and let that dog know I'm not messing around. You better get your ass out of here. And I'm raising the temperature of the room, so if this doesn't work and they call my bluff here and they run right by me, then I immediately stop raising the temperature of the room. I let the interaction occur. I try to control my dog as best as I can. And let's say like the dog fight breaks out. And that's the worst case scenario. Matter of fact, if a dog fight breaks out, we've all lost the game, especially with this dog. So if you see an off-leash dog, for now, I'm going to turn around and go the other way. Just because I don't want that interaction. I don't want to risk it. At least not until she's a little older. Because I feel like every dog is one dog fight away from a lifetime behavioral issues. That's just how it is. Because now we're either super fearful, and she's already fearful of these things, so if a dog just randomly attacks her, she's going to probably try to come off super crazy, super over the top every time she sees a dog to let them know how tough she is, because she's actually not. This session is about socialization. So I'm not super worried about making her do anything fancy. All we've been doing is place boarding and paying downs anyways and just building our relationship. And before I ask her to like walk around here or do anything, it'll probably be like tomorrow or the next day. But I'm gonna try to get it on camera. I'm gonna try to do lots at this park. This park is super nice. I'm actually just gonna take her for a little walk once I figure out where that shepherd is. I'm just gonna take her for a little walk around here. See if she needs to use the bathroom. Be right back. You should be able to still hear me though. Go ahead. Okay, good girl. Good girl. And go pee. I'm not asking for her to really walk. At the end of the day, you can. That's just how it is. I'm not going to tolerate too much leash pulling though. I will give you a correction. She got poop. Ah. I don't know if we got the poop in the camera. But I will have to pick this up. Good. I'm glad you dropped that. All right, let's do some leash walking actually. Change your mind. Now that you got that out of your system. Good. Ooh. Good. It's actually in a pretty good state of mind right now with the first time being out of park. Good. Go ahead, turning with me nicely. Good girl. Good. Yeah, how about a set? Oh, good. Good, good, good. Good girl. Place. Oh, good. Right away. No, ma'am. Place. No, ma'am. Place. Good. Good, good, good. I forgot my clicker. I'm so sorry. Good, good, good. A piece of chicken. Oh, sorry. Ow. Down. Good. I'm going to be here for a while, so I don't know if you can see the pooping or not. Nice. I'll be here for a while, so I'm going to go pick that poop up here in a minute. And I will not forget, Scout's honor. Pick up your people's... Sorry, guys. Pick up your dog's poop. It's gross. Yeah. I done leash walking every day. I'm just not ready to... It's hard to film it and stuff, because you got to be in the right position. I got to find a spot out here. And also the way that Facebook makes you angle the camera where it's vertical is not very good for leash walking, because what am I do? Get it further away from you and then you can't see anything. But her leash walking's fine. Yeah, she's turning with me nicely. Left turns are not so good. Right turns are super good. We're still learning where to go and where to be in position, but I'm taking my time with her. You saw the first time I put her on the leash. Oof. We don't do that stop and shit anymore. And we don't become super skittish and try to run away and all that stuff. We're over all that stuff. She learns it ain't that bad to be on the leash. Watch this interaction here. Nothing really. She doesn't even care. Nice. Good girl. We'll do some more leash walking here in a minute if you could actually see that. Is it choppy or anything? Or is it pretty good quality? I brought the big tripod today. I could bring the little one. I could put it right down there beside of her, so you actually get a good little view. Perfect. 10 out of 10 placement. Good, great. Nice. Okay. I'll do it again here in a minute. Gonna be live for until my phone dies or this connection is not as good, but it seems to be fine now, so I might be live for like at least 45 minutes, something like that. I have a session here right after this. Girl. Yeah, I think the audio is lost because I muted myself because I was coughing. Like, I'll do it again right here. Back on. Or maybe I got too far. I'm not really sure of the range either. Not my first time messing around. I figured it'd be, hey, it's good for you guys at least. You get to watch your dog a little bit. Because this is the board and train experience right here. You can just drop your dog off, see it every single day. Won't be bad. But I want more dogs like this. The impulsiveness is pretty hard. Pretty hard to deal with sometimes. Your dog's not super impulsive. She's just kind of fearful. Which is, we can deal with this. Well, imagine if you went, 2 months without seeing her. That's quite a long time. And a lot of people tell me, they don't necessarily want to go through training with their dog because it's a lot of work. They know that, and they may not like me or whatever. But also, you could just see your dog get trained straight up live. But I hadn't had the ability really to do this, so we're just practicing. Now there's a person running, and sometimes dogs can become like, it wouldn't really be reactive here. I guess it would be because it's fearful. But she become fearful right here at people running and stuff. So wait till she sees this person. I doubt it though. She's very good with people. Hey! Call that one, guys. Call that one. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Good. You can see she settled out on one hip as soon as I got up her to her, and I'm using my tone of voice and my body language to tell her I do not want you barking at people. Guys, it's like I do this for a living, I'm reading your dog way quicker, way faster. And the dogs don't lie. That's what's great about dogs. The dog is not going to lie. If they're scared of something, they are going to tell you. And that's her little telling you right there is barking. Not aggression. Aggression is permanent intent to maim, disfigure, harm, or kill. That is a fearful bark right there. That is nothing. That's easy to fix. She stopped it right away as soon as I got onto her. Now let's say she didn't stop barking whenever. And I'm using my tone of voice, my negative marker there, what I just did. You can go back and watch it. And then I'm also using my body language. So your dog does not speak English. The best way to communicate with them is tone of voice, body language, and consistency. So like every time that she's going to do that, I'm going to get onto. She barks at people. She only barked at that person because they were running, and as predicted. But she barked at my stepdad a few times. She barked at my mom, just anybody out of the fence really. And it's a very suspicious bark, so I'm not super worried about it. It'll go away. It'll go away with more exposure. You can see a lot of yawning. She just yawned. The yawning in your dog is like a, all right, I'm settling down slightly a little bit. All right, you can see the panting start to go away a little bit. We're not as stressed out as we were. You can't hear it because if I put the mic down there with her, you'd be able to hear it, but I can hear it. Whenever she starts to get a little stimulated, her breathing picks up slightly, as almost every dog does. And you want to be careful whenever you bring her out in public and you do this thing. And of course, I'm going to teach you like down stay and down with e-brake and all this stuff, but I'm just using place sport here because it's the easiest. So like, as we sit here and we down and we absorb, oh, there's someone running. Oh, there's a dog here. Oh, there's this. That's the way I can come at later times in the day. Whenever there's more and more people coming. And whenever I sit down here in the bottom and next thing you know, Whenever I feel like you're ready, there's hundreds of people around you. There's kids running around everywhere, and you're chilling. Because we built up to this. We'll see. So we got the dog and the person running this time. So we'll see. You can see the snappy head movements that we do. That's one of our cues, snappy head movements. And everything is fine. I'm not over there touching her or praising her up or talking to her. I'm letting her figure out what's allowed, what's not allowed, how to get paid, how not to get paid, how to get me to walk over there and tell you, hey, you better quit doing that. Looking at them is free. It's like you and Ricky are sitting on the beach and he's got a pair of sunglasses on. You can't stop him from looking at all the good looking ladies. You just can't. But if you drool or you bark or you go over there and get their number, you have my attention now. Making sure that whenever I do reward, it is in a right state of mind. The dog is doing exactly what you like. So I won't really reward her much for like looking at the dog. But if she breaks that and loses concentration, then and she's, you know, acting not so stimulated by them, then I'll reward. Also, she's a little sound sensitive. So that skateboard over there, they come over here especially. The skateboard might be a thing of evil. Because it's very loud. The skateboard's loud. Especially the ramp over there they have. We'll probably be over there in a few days. Whenever I feel comfortable. Because I don't know if you can hear it on the audio, but there's like a pickleball thing going on right now, and like a skateboarders over there. There's also the playground. So I'll start over in this area because we're in the middle slightly, but we're also kind of out of the way. And the worst thing you could do is, like with this dog in particular, any dog that has fearful issues, is to give them a pep talk every time they get fearful and chitty chatter with them, and every time they are getting stimulated by something, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's just a bird there. Watch the bird. Whatever you're scared of, there happens to be a bird flying around. I want to do some leash walking here in a minute. We'll see. Oh yeah, there's a bird right behind this trash can. You guys can't see that. But you can see her. You see the way she's moving around, the way she's locking in on it. Oh, there it goes. You gotta pay extra for that paw crossing right there, Kayla. She's not doing it She's not doing it so great, but you gotta pay extra for that. There she goes. She's crossing them slightly. I'm going to move this camera a little bit. Let's see if I can't just do some leash walking in this field right here. My treat pouch is currently too heavy I forgot my belt. I got too many snacks in here. I'm just gonna put a few in my pocket. We'll take the clicker too. I'm just gonna do this time, best thing you can do whenever you're starting off with your dogs, you should just say, I'm just gonna do, like I like my owners to just focus on one thing. Like right now, I'm gonna focus on right turns and stopping and setting. That's what I'm fixing to do. Okay, come on. Good girl. Okay, come on. Actually, what I might do, I might just go ahead and hook the leash to myself and see where we're at. Got too much stuff. And I'm just gonna reward her on the turns. Good. So whenever I'm walking like this and I turn, I want you to just come over here. Oh, good. Get a treat. Good girl. And if I want, I can start to slow her down a little bit using the lure. Good, set. Good. I'm just gonna change it up a little bit. Down. Good. Too many treats in your mouth. Sorry about that. The left turns not so good. Right turns, we're doing fine. Like right here, we're doing fine. Little. It's the left turns. Oh, that was good. Good. I like the set. Good. Hold it down. That'll do. Good girl. Okay. Good. We might start building a release for that downstay. Good. I don't expect it to be perfect. This is our 4th day. A little bit of correction there. 4th day training. Come on. Good. Good. Try to get a left turn in here with a little bit of back pressure. Good. Good. I like for her to like physically. Oh, that's fine. Do the set. Good. We can manipulate that a little bit. Good. Come on. Oh, sorry about that. Go into a right turn. Right. As long as she turns with me, that's fine. That's target behavior. Pretty good. You want to keep your leash walking short with a young dog. Short, short, short. What a good girl. Oh, good. We're on the place board. What a good one. All right. Not sure if you could even see that, but we gave it a go. Little right turns are better. Left turns, she's still got to learn. She's got to learn to kind of get out of my way a little bit. I'll probably put her on like a healer box or something so that she can learn to position herself a little bit better. Did she know down before? I don't think so, right? Or did you teach her down? Should have brought her water bowl down here. All right, slight water break. Be right back. 2 minutes, I'm gonna give her a water break. Come on, girl, you need some water. All right, we back, I think, with the mic on. Yep, mic's back on. Good girl. Hey, no. Oh. Good. Good. Time is hard for me to tell. She did pick it up quickly, though. She got set her up for success and set me up for success by doing the placeboard nicely. Because if she didn't know down, I'd already had to teach her down. I'd teach her a bunch of things. It would just make it a little easier for me. Now just imagine that you attempted to teach her down, but you sucked, or she wasn't food motivated, and then she just like totally won the game of not downing for us, and like you keep saying down and she just refuses, and then whatever. Then it becomes another issue. But you guys did good. I mean, how old was she when you got her out of the shelter? How long was she actually there? The setting the down is just like foundational skills to other things. Like a 9-year-old can teach a dog to set him down, and only idiots teach their dog to shake. I don't see none of that, Kayla. I don't think you did that. She had not scratched me up one time. Besides like the jumping. The jumping's pretty much done with me too. 9 weeks, yeah, that sounds fun. The jumping is kind of gone away from me. So I'll make sure that whenever she comes into the house, I'll get her super used to children, so that we just don't jump on anybody anymore. It's just not something that trained dogs do. Oh, rip. You should have just you should have just never told me that, Kayla. You should have just never told me that you taught your dog to shake, and we will never even know. Guys, if you're watching this and you're looking back at these and you're trying to train your own dog, don't teach it shake. You're teaching your dog to smack you, and trained dogs shouldn't be scratching up people. And also, that's not really the main problem. Whenever I'm trying to teach other behaviors, the dog really goes back to shake because it's like a very physical thing for them. It's easier for them to think about put my paw on you than to down and stay there, or whatever. Should have took that one to the grave, Kayla. What you thinking telling me that? Now every time she does it, I'm going to point it out to you. For the rest of the training. That's a long time. It's a long time to be getting called out for shaking. She hasn't done it a single time, though, so. Usually what happens is I'm trying to teach your dog down, I'm trying to teach your dog other things, and they shake and they scratch me up, and then that gets them correction, because you shouldn't be doing that with you. The dog should not be scratching people up. Especially not with them nails she's got, but we gotta cut them things. I'm almost ready. She's letting me touch her up. She's letting me touch her nail or pick her paw up. And the next step is pick the paw up while we're sitting in a chair and calmly let me just clip the nail, get her used to the nail clipper just going off. And then eventually she'll just sit there and I'll clip one nail and I'll feed her a bunch of treats and I'll click and I'll show her that you can get paid like this too if you just sit here and just let me clip your nails. So grooming is a whole different thing. Alright, I'm going to call it in about 2 minutes. I'm going to try to be going live almost every time that I'm out with Remy so we can... Ooh, there's a bird right there. I'm going to try to go live with Remy every single time that we're out here training so you guys can see progress, and so that if anybody else is out here watching, you can see what I do and why the boarding trains can be super expensive, because I'm actually taking your dog to places and not just pretending that the dog is trained up. We are going to places and we are training. We have things in mind like sit down, minimal leash pulling, walking to the left side. The dog is monitoring our pace and our direction on the leash. Off the leash, we're recall 100% verbal and on vibrate. Working on a nice downstay. We're doing place board. We got vehicle manners to do. We got grooming manners to do. We have house manners to do. Manners around children. All these things. Yeah. She wouldn't give me too much trouble, but we'll figure it out. We'll make the grooming manners better since she's not too bad. She wasn't too bad whenever she was young, but all of a sudden she hated it. Yeah, I get it. We'll make it where we'll counter condition that mindset there that she's got and make it a pleasant one. Once again. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to leave this up on my page so everybody else can watch it also. You guys have a good day.